Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Tough Love Atlanta. This is season 2 and episode 2. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. And you can leave your comments below. Thank you for being here, but hopefully, and I pray that you go over to Tough Love Series YouTube page and you view this episode. We got to support each other, and that's what I'm here to do, and that's why I'm even doing these types of reviews, because I want to let you guys know what you should be watching if you're not watching. So let's get into this episode. All right, so we start off with this episode with the mystery guy that has put the former fellows on assignment. His name is Black. It's quite strategic, and it looks like a lot of fraud in order to do whatever they need to do to make some money. Kenny's assignment is to break into mailboxes and steal their mail. Jackie, she was sent some phony checks, and she has to doctor them up to being good checks to make ready for a deposit. Lisa, she is getting some credit card information, and she's going to make a bunch of purchases online and send these packages to abandoned places around the city. Drew, his job is to be the UPS man, basically. Pick up these packages from the warehouse. Pick up packages from these warehouses and drop them off wherever he tells them to drop them off at. And Aisha will be assigned to pick up bags of money for whatever these packages are. So this is it's quite detailed and quite together. These writers really know how to make a plan work, because oh my god, 5 people just to take this job or whatever is going to happen. Oh, it's so illegal. It's so crazy. I just don't understand why these 5 have to do stuff for Jason and Monica. That is so crazy. I think there's going to be something developing probably in a couple episodes or by the end of this season that still involves Jason and Monica, because it's so weird that they have to do all of this. Anyways, so with Kenny and Princess, Kenny tells Princess, she's having her own listening session, and she was able to get some record executives to come to her listening party. And on Kenny's end, he's supposed to do a lot of the administration. So Princess asked, is everything set up for the listening session? He was like, yeah, I got a few last things I have to do, but it will be done. Aisha and Rome, they're spending time together. I think he took the day off wherever he was, and then all of a sudden Deshaun calls and says that we have a couple more videos that we got to shoot in order to get paid for some of the brand deals that she has. She tells Rome about it, and Rome is upset. He's like, look, you asked me to come over, and now my time is being impeded on because of what you got going on with your internet boyfriend. I'm paraphrasing and just saying that. Well, Aisha said, I do apologize, but it's just for work. But just to let you know that there's no foul play going on, why don't you come with me, and then we can spend the rest of the day together. Rome obliges, and they go on to these video shoots. So I'm just going to shoot forward, and Aisha meets with Deshaun, and Rome is there also. He meets Deshaun and all that good stuff. They make this couples brand thing, and she's sitting on his lap, and Rome is just getting really uncomfortable and all that good stuff, but he doesn't say anything, but you can tell that he's upset at the optics. Lisa brings Drew to her therapy session that she has going on. It's a group therapy session. I think it's some type of way to build up women, and I'll leave it there. We hear from this one couple of them having a lot of trouble. It has to deal with the boyfriend or husband. I think it's boyfriend. Boyfriend's mom is trying to break them up. The boyfriend doesn't believe it, but then she gives an example as to what recently happened. The boyfriend's mom came into their home, just burst right in and said, I got a gift for my grandbaby. The girl, the mom, has another child that's not the current boyfriend's child. And she said, well, don't you have a gift for my child? She's like, that's not my grandchild, and he's not getting anything from me. So then she said, the girlfriend said that she punched her mom in the face and would do it again. Everybody looking all cringe. It's so crazy. So then Lisa is the next one to speak. And she asked Drew, why did you want me to be a part of a polygamous relationship? And Drew says, well, why didn't you say anything if you were uncomfortable, you didn't want to do anything? And Lisa said, I tried to a lot of times, but you weren't trying to hear me. Drew was upset because he was embarrassed at this point, and he just says, this is crazy. You got me out here looking crazy, and he leaves. I said, Lord Jesus. I mean, Drew, I think you gotta own up to some of the stuff that you're doing and the stuff that you put her through. Like, you put her through enough, and we're learning more because I didn't even know that you wanted her to be in a polygamous relationship, unless we're talking about the whole open situation. I don't know. But if this girl was bothered by you just cheating on her, you thought opening it up, it would be better, and you weren't even sexually attracted to her, you couldn't even get up for her. And you blamed it on her and her weight. I remember how trash you were last season. There's some ownership you got to take on this. I'm sorry. Okay, so Princess, she shows up to her listening session or to the building. They knock on the door, and the lady comes out and says, you know, you're not on the roster. There isn't any time that's been set for you. And she said, of course it's got to be. I'm the Princess Doll. And she said, the Princess Doll, you ain't on the list, so you ain't getting in. The record executives are coming around and all that, and she was embarrassed but trying to still save face and trying to see what's going on. She's talking with her good Judy, like, you need to get a hold of Kenny, see what's going on. Kenny shows up, and the Princess says, what's going on? And Kenny said, oh, dang, I didn't confirm. And Princess said, how did you forget that? You only have one artist, and you've been able to screw this up for me. But she said, that's okay. I will take it over for here. So she ended up doing this listening party out, I guess in the parking lot, was it? And she lip synced to her song and let the record executives hear all that, and it looks like everything turned out all right. Kenny, I don't know what you're doing, but stop. All right, so we're at Jackie and Will's home. Jackie's in the living room, and he calls for her. He comes into the living room and says, you know, why didn't you answer me when I called you? And she said, I didn't hear you. And then he takes this dig of saying, I know you couldn't have gone that far with that ankle bracelet on. Then he asked, you know, where did you go? Because I seen that you had left out of the house. And she said, nowhere. Oh, he asked, where did you go? And then she said, nowhere. And then he said, well, I could have sworn I saw you on the camera. And then she said, I went for a walk. Why are you watching me and all of this stuff? I can't go for a walk. Will says, I can watch whatever I want. And then he takes another dig about her weight. Just like your weight. You ate 3 muffins today. So then at this point, Jackie gets up and she's just frustrated and just really hurt and pissed and insulted by why are you keep talking about my weight like this. So he goes after her and they struggle a little bit, and you see that he gets really aggressive with her physically. He doesn't hit her, but it's getting quite crazy. So she asks him to let her go. He finally lets go, and then he walks away, and she's left there crying over what just transpired and what she has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's like she's a prisoner outside of just having to be on probation. This dude wants to be the husband, but then also the guard dog and the slave master. Lord, it just feels like Color Purple. Like, gosh. Now we go over to Drew's podcast. there's this woman there that is saying that 100% of men cheat. And she says, if you have not, they just have not gotten the right opportunity yet. Right opportunity yet. For me, it's like you either gonna do it or you're not. And it don't take much to cheat. That's just my opinion. Y'all can leave your comments below. You can find anybody to go cheat with. If you don't have the right opportunity, then that's interesting. That means you're not. I mean, you don't have to try that much. You don't have to try that much. I'm sorry. Anyway, so she's just so full of herself and all that good stuff. Drew, he gives a reformed cheater answer. He says, some dudes have to just grow up. And time is what's going to allow some of these guys to just get it right. They could change for the right girl. So then she says, that is some bull. So then at that point, the podcast takes a break. While they're on break, she asks Drew, like, hey, can we hang out outside of the podcast? And he hands over his phone to her to put her number in. That's a setup that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. So back at home with Aisha and Rome, Rome is texting and he has his smile on. And Aisha's like, he puts his phone away without responding. And Aisha said, well, you can go on and text the person that got you smiling, assuming Rome has other girls. And then Rome said, I know you're not talking after I just saw my lady sitting in someone else's lap. Do not press me about other women. And basically he reassures her that she's the only one that he wants to be with and all that good stuff. So it's like he had to check her for checking him. Like, after you put me in an uncomfortable situation, even though it's for business, it could look a certain way. All right, so Kenny comes back to Princess. Princess is pissed at him. He tells her that, hey, he got it set up that Cardi B wants a feature on her song. And of course, at this point, her frown is turned upside down. And she's loving Kenny for what she has done. All right, so we move on to Lisa. Quentin, the guy that she went on a date with the other day, calls and they talk about their date and what he really thinks about her and all this good stuff. It sounds really cute, quite love bombish if you want to think about it. He thinks that they share a lot of common interests. And then all of a sudden, when she's ready to talk, he has to get off the phone. It says, hold on, I got to call you back. It was like somebody had called. It had busted in and he had to take this emergency call. Lisa was kind of upset about that, or a little bothered about that. So Drew ends up texting Lisa and asking her to go on a date. She accepts. She kind of just felt like men are all trash at this point, as far as what Quentin just did to her. It's like, well, you don't really know what's going on in his life and you haven't asked as of yet, Lisa. Don't assume. Of course, you are dealing with a lot of things yourself in regards to your last relationship. So after they set up this date, her and Drew, all of a sudden someone sends her a link from a content creator. And it's the woman from the podcast that said, hey, I was able to prove that even these reformed men will always stay cheaters. A cheater is a cheater. I was able to get his number just like that. I said, men are trash. I said, Lord. That's way too sneaky. And that's quite trashy. And why are you putting people on blast? Like, I don't know. I don't think that was the right way for the podcaster to do that. And then y'all haven't even had a conversation or even text or anything. I don't know if Drew was going to do anything. And I don't know why I'm defending him at all. But I don't even understand why Drew gave the number out, for real. But he may have thought, well, Lisa's out doing something, I'm supposed to be winning her back, but hey, look, I'm on her time. So let me do something for me. Jackie gets some text about a Princess. Princess is going to get a feature, and I guess something was put out on IG about it. And about Cardi B. She texts Kenny and just says, "Hey, congratulations on your your feature with Cardi." And he says, "Thank you," and then he says, "You got next." And Jackie says, "Thanks, but my music days are over." And Kenny said, "What do you mean?" She said that she's focused on other things. Of course, he wants to know a little bit more about that. Drew, he's picking up the packages that Black assigned him to pick up. While he's in the middle of doing that, he gets a message about that girl saying that he got his number, the podcaster. He ended up getting in the van and forgetting one of the packages. So later on, Black meets up with Drew and says that you forgot one of the packages. Drew says, I had some personal problems and that was my bad. And Black was like, I don't care. Making any mistakes could cost you your life. So don't let it happen again. He says it won't happen again. And Black also warns Drew, I know the truth about your family, and you don't really want that out there. I'm like, what's going on with Drew's family? Like, I thought that they was cool because it looked like they put him through school, at least that's how it looked like last season. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, I think that's how Black was even to reel in Drew in the last episode about helping out. So we shall see. I'm surprised that nothing else has come out about those RAPE allegations. What else? There was something else. Something happened last season. Maybe we'll get it resolved later on in the season, but I thought we would talk about it. But anyways, I'm enjoying the season. I appreciate everyone that's coming to my channel. Tell me your thoughts. Will. All I can tell you is I just want you to come outside. Come outside. Let's talk for a minute, because you are really pressing buttons for no reason. And it's quite crazy. I also blame Mama. I know that she may not know about Will's energy that he's given, but you basically sold her off to slavery. All because you thought the optics looked good to have this good man, but he's really an abuser. How are you going to feel about that? Well, we got several more episodes to figure out what's going to happen. But leave your comments below, and until the next one, peace.